Hello everybody, it's Coach K with the MajortoCareer.org. If you're new, thank you so much for watching. Decided to start this YouTube channel as a way to help professionals make those valuable connections from major to career, because I must admit it is a daunting process. And I have been going through my videos, and I thought that today I would cover a little bit of more current information about the public administration major, because a lot of you absolutely love that major and you have been engaged. And so today, without further ado, I'm going to talk to you about the best employers for the public administration degree. If you are interested, stay tuned. And so folks, professionals like myself really focus on educating others into learning more about the job function areas as a key way for you to begin your job search. And so exclusively in this video, I've received a lot of questions about what you can do within public administration or after you graduated with the degree. So I'm going to share with you, for purposes of YouTube, two main function areas that I want you to consider. And within each of these function areas, I'm going to share with you job titles, because I know that's one thing a lot of you love about my videos. And if you're new, you'll notice that in every single video, I do try to cover that just to give you a basic overview. And in this video, I will share with you specific details. And so without further ado, let's get to it. The first job area that you can pursue if you are interested in public administration is the local government. I'm going to share with you some top job titles in 2026 that you can take a look at. And actually, these are probably going to be what is going to be up and running until 2030. But this is an update again from the video that I covered, which really just gives you a basic overview about the degree. So the first job title that you want to take a look at is anything related to management. So you want to write this down. Second, financial administrative services. Third, budget analysis, purchasing, human resource management, risk management, emergency services management. I wrote this down in my research for you because notice that it's an emerging job function within this area. So definitely something that you should look at. Community services, which is more general as it pertains to this degree. In fact, when I first covered the major, that was an area that was heavy in demand back then. We're looking at social services. Again, that's another key area that is an evergreen area within the major and something you can definitely do within the public administration degree. And obviously urban planning, which is something I believe that I covered in the video. Now, the link to that video is actually in the information bar below. And at the end of this video, so stick to the end, I will also connect that video so you can start to connect these pieces. And so local government, working for your local government is one key job area that you should really focus on as you're looking for best jobs within this degree. The second job area I will cover is to get your pen and paper handy. And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of liberal arts and science majors get confused. When I coach my clients, I work with them one-on-one on understanding what their job market is, where they are located. And then together, what we do in a series of consultation sessions is really start to identify opportunities. And so this is why I'm doing this today. So I'm going to share with you the second job function area. The key is understanding the function areas that your degree is good at when you're looking for the better opportunities so that you can be able to leverage yourself for success. Okay, so the second area is that of a state government. And within this area, so within the state government, within where you live, take a look at executive branch functions. So anything related to the executive branch would be good. Any function there you'll be good at. You're looking at finance and administration. That has been going really well for public administration majors to work in that particular job area. So that is evergreen. Human resource management, if you want to write that down. Environmental management is emerging, especially in the area of climate change, and folks are really passionate about the environment. So I've seen, since I did the last video, that being a key area. Public safety and criminal justice, believe it or not, yes, that is another area that you can look at, especially after you pursue this degree. Risk management, if you want to write that down. Emergency services management. commerce and insurance, that's an area as well. Purchasing and acquisitions, that's something that a lot of folks are not aware of, but you could definitely take a look at that. Budget analysis, community services, social services, urban planning, the legislature, and judicial services as well. And so again, these are some of the best employers and the top employers for the public administration major that you should look at in 2026. And they not only offer a return on investment, but they are great opportunities. And so folks, there you have it. These are the best top function areas and opportunities that you can take a look at in public administration in 2026. And so I hope that writing them down, being able to do a Google search within your area to see what those job function areas are, I think is an absolute critical first step. And then this, what I also recommend, if you are a young professional watching this, you've pursued the degree, you're in college, please make sure that you look for internships within these areas as well, because they do offer internship opportunities, and you should be on your way towards leveraging yourself for success. If you want a holistic overview of what you can do in public administration, I will take up in the information bar below, I will have a link to the video that I did because I think it gives you a starting point. And then I think if you watch these two videos, you'll be able to get a more accurate sense into opportunities, what you're going to be learning in the major, which is covered in the first video. And then obviously today, when I talk about the top job function areas or the best employers that you can consider as you are pursuing the degree. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you're new, remember, I plan to cover content like this. If you love it, please go ahead and give this a like. If you're involved within the degree somewhat, please write a comment. Let's empower each other. And I think this is why we have this space. There's just so many myths about the liberal arts and so much confusion. I think a lot of it is because people don't quite know what to do with the major. And so I just want to make sure that folks are walking away feeling confident about their education. Because as you folks all know, life is full of opportunities, but education is the key to success. Thank you so much for watching. This is Coach K. Until my next video, bye.